What is up guys, Simba here, and welcome back to another F1 22 video. And today it is a McKeon test race, a social race in fact, around Belgium. And I'm going to show you guys the grid that we're going up against in this race. It is filled with McKeon drivers from top to bottom. Ogwin, Sem, Race Roller, Zydrad, Division, Griffiths and Arbon as well. And it's a stacked grid, and I'm going to show you a social race I did the day before this race, and listen to my reaction.
Dead quality, rubbish pace.
That was a social race for LCR, and we finished third in that race, but I wasn't happy with the pace at all over one lap or race pace. So we're not feeling too confident going into this one, and this grid is stacked. And here we are in our first run in a full qualifying session. So this is Q1, and we run a bit wide through the calm, and that lap is ruined.
Nah, I went too wide there.
So yeah, you heard me say there, I ran a bit too wide, and yeah, we're not feeling too confident. I did quite a lot of practice for this one, but it was mainly time trial, and it's not really a good way to practice for league racing, looking back on it now, as here we go then, round the final bus stop chicane, across the line. It's going to be a 43.9, and that puts us P7 at the time, and we get dropped down to P13, and we are nearly a second down on SLR Ogwin, who did the fastest time. So we got out of Q1, which was the expectation, because I wasn't too confident at all. I also did a two-player career stream early in the day as well, so yeah, I mean, not much time to settle down after that, but no excuses. We're not really quick enough. We're not looking too quick at the moment. As we go into Q2, we only go 8th fastest with a 44.6 on old soft tyres.
Yeah, we've got time on the board at least, but we're not making it easy for ourselves.
And you heard me say there, we're not making this easy for ourselves as we move on to the final run in Q2. This is my best lap of the entire weekend, as we're currently down in P13. And we're looking to try and get into Q3, which would be a monumental win. But we go a little bit wide through this corner, and we lose the rear end a bit. We are half a second up on Dream Team at the moment. So, and we're 6/10 up on the Delta. And we could maybe squeeze through. We just need to find a little bit more time. It hasn't been the cleanest run, but I still think we can get into Q3 in this race. So here we go then, through the bus stop, third gear. A little bit cautious on the braking because we just want to get the lap done. 8/10 up as we cross the line. What is it going to be? And it's only going to be P11.
No, so close.
As you heard me say there, we were actually quite close to Q3, but the reality is that's kind of where we are on pace. We don't really have the pace at the moment in qualifying. I think I might have went the wrong way in setup, and I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, qualifying is the main problem, and we're going to be starting from P12 as Ogwin is going to be on pole position, and we're going to see if we can turn this around in the race. We've shown good race pace, so I'm hoping we can do it again. But before we get into this race, I have a special message for you guys. And that message is a big thank you to all of you supporting the channel, because we've managed to hit our first 100 subscribers on the channel, which is absolutely amazing news. We were so close for a while, but we finally got this. So thank you guys for supporting the channel for so long. If you're new around here, or if you were there since the beginning in January when league racing was starting to end on F1 2021, thank you so much. And I'm going to try my best to give you more league racing content, more career mode content on this game as we progress, as we get the start wrong.
Man didn't even, he was in my way.
And my reaction is pretty funny. He was in the way, but there's no excuses. We get ready for the Belgian Grand Prix, and we are underway in Spa for this social race. And Southerner is going nowhere as we easily pass him. We're side by side with Sem going into turn one. We get hit up the rear as we nearly make contact with the Ferrari, but look at the traction we get on the outside line of La Source, and there you go, we are up into P11. We have managed to gain a place, which is great news considering we are on the hard tyre, so we're going to be going a lot longer into this race. But as you can see, a little problem arises here as Dream Team just breezes right past us down the Kemmel Straight, and we are back down to P12, which isn't ideal. So the strategy for this race, it's going to be hard medium. I learned my lesson from Britain, and we're going to use the mediums to the end of the race. But P12 isn't bad, because considering we're going to have a harder time at the start as division. I think a Haas was off there. I think it was Stan, SLR Stan, yes it was. It was SLR Stan who spun out, and we have gained a position, so lap 1 hasn't gone too badly, and now we can try and settle down and keep up with the medium runners, because DRS is going to be a problem, but we have other problems.
Not this crap again. No straight line speed, part 3.
And my reaction says everything as Rigsy breezes past us. As we go through the corner, we get hit by division.
What the hell?
And just like that, our early progress has been ruined, and we are down to P17.
Come on, man.
As you can hear, I am not happy with that whatsoever, because we were making steady progress. We had a decent start to the race, and yeah, it's been ruined by division. I think he just smacked his car into the back of us. There's no two ways of putting it. As we go wide, and we got our first one for track limits, as Stan is off the track again, and we're behind UK Beast Assassin, but it's not looking good so far. Our start has been absolutely ruined, and we are down in P16, and we've got a lot of work to do to get back into this race, which is not going to be easy, because we do not have the pace at the moment, as DRS has been enabled. And just watch this. So the reason I had you watch me down the Kemmel Straight was because despite having DRS, UK Beast Assassin was pulling away, and as Mercs goes off in the background, I can tell you now, my setup for this was horribly wrong, because we were running 11-13 wings, because that's what I was happy with, but I've heard that other people were running a lot lower wings, so as a result, we have no straight line speed whatsoever, and it's really hurting us on the straight, as we got a second warning for track limits, and it's only lap 3, and we've been good with warnings so far in this game. We haven't got a penalty in any of the races we have done so far in SLR. So it's really frustrating to be on the tightrope after just 3 laps of this race. And it's only going to get tougher from there as we got to lap 4. We're still in P15 behind UK Beast Assassin, who was in Division 1 last season. He spun off actually, and will take P14. And as you can hear me say there, free place, as that is one more place that we have gained, but so far we've lost 2 places from where we started. And we are catching up to SLR, Bennett and Zydrad, and I've known these guys racing in other leagues. SLR Bennett is a former Division 1 champion, and I am learning quickly that just because you have a really good season in Division 1, it doesn't guarantee you success in the McKeown division. And that is exactly what I'm learning on the job. As we go through Lacombe, we get a penalty. And you heard my reaction there, saying like things couldn't get any harder than they already were. We're on hard tyres, we're nowhere near the DRS train as you look at the minimap, and we've got a penalty after just 4 laps of this race. But we keep going, and we are catching up to Bennett and Zydrad in front of us as we get another warning. 4 warnings already, it's absolutely horrendous. I am really starting to hate Puon, as you might have heard my reaction in the background, as we got yellow flags once again. And this is for my teammate for this race, BRT Griffiths. Now, that's unfortunate because he's my teammate, and, you know, we want to get the best result possible. And it's a 4-way scrap for P11. For P11, by the way. P11. So, there's just pride on the line at the moment. It's lap 7. We are nowhere near the DRS train. We are nowhere near the front runners. So this is as good as it's going to get, as Dream Team just sends it up the inside for no reason through the bus stop, and we just about get away with it.
Honestly, Dream Team is an idiot. Just sends it because he feels like it. What a freaking idiot.
You can hear my reaction. I'm far from happy with Dream Team's driving as he peels off into the pits, and we are still P14 in this race, and here we are with the former Division 1 champion SLR Bennett, who won the championship in season 7. He struggled in McKeown last season, and that's kind of the lesson we're learning. As here we go. We're gonna make a move down the straight, which is a miracle on its own, considering our lack of straight line speed through Lacombe. It's a very easy move, and we are up into P13 as in front of us Zydrad is scrapping away with our teammate BRT Griffiths, who is on the medium tyres along with Zydrad. So we're going to try and see if we can pass Zydrad and have our teammate drag us along until he pits.
Zydrad on the camera straight. We're just going to wait, sit behind him. Oh, never mind. First medium runner as well, we need to push now.
So, something happened there with Zydrad. He went flying off at the bus stop, and we're up into P11, but Jitto is pitted for hard tyres, and he's the first medium runner to pit for hard. So we're hoping that our team at BRT Griffiths can drag us along in his DRS until he pits, but he spins off!
Oh, Griffiths, no.
Green flag.
Well, at least we're in the top 10, so I'm not complaining.
And you can hear my very apathetic response to our teammate spinning. At least we're at the top. Nah, come on, Brad. You could do better than that, Brad. You can tell I am not very positive in this race. It's been a very tough race, but I really do hope that Griffiths is our teammate next season. He seems like a really nice guy, and we can both try our best in the Alfa Romeo because I seem to like him, and he seems to like me too. So hopefully we can be in the Alfa Romeo next season and try and snatch some points from these guys. As Jitto, who pitted for hard tyres, he just whizzes through. We're not even going to fight him. He's a pit stop ahead of us, which kind of is an emphasis on how far behind we are, not just in this race, but pace-wise, which seems harsh, but it actually wasn't that bad, the pace, even if we were losing about half a second, 5-6 tenths down the straight. Yeah, the pace seemed fine, but the problem is we are way out of position. So lap 12, we are currently still P11. We're still catching up with Jitto, and we are right behind Race Roller. I think had a moment on his cold hard tyres. So the medium runners are starting to pit, and they're right in front of us. So we're trying to keep pushing, staying in Jitto's DRS until, you know, just to help us with the pushing process, because this is where we need to keep pushing, as there are more medium runners in the pits on lap 12. So Mark is telling us we could box this lap, and we have to keep going because we'll have a better tyre advantage towards the end of the race, as Crispy had a moment spinning off at La Source. I think he was on cold tyres, and that's going to help us be in his DRS range.
Something's happened. I have no idea, but it seems massive. You know what, because of that, I'm going to box.
But as we come to the end of the lap, I've changed my mind, and we're going to dive straight into the pits because there were yellow flags behind us. And the pit lane prediction, the MFD told me that we'll come out at least in P12. So I was like, you know what, we'll take the shot. We're going to go into mediums to the end of the race. We'll have good tyres towards the end, so that it wouldn't be like Silverstone where the tyres would just suddenly drop off. And we are going to get going once again in this race. We come out of the pits. P11, it will become P12 as Merckx passes us. So the MFD was right, and we have got 9 laps to go.
Okay, we're 4.5 behind Salviner. We've got 9 laps to go. Let's see what we can do here.
So, you heard me there. I'm actually quite motivated. Despite everything that's happened in this race, and despite not having the pace, I still feel like we can get a top 10 finish in this race. So as we got to lap 15, we're up into P11 now, and we're 2.2 seconds behind Southerner on fresh medium tyres. But as we go through P1 again,
no! Come on, man. I hate this fucking corner. I officially hate this corner.
And unfortunately,
Fucking hell.
the mistakes keep adding up as we have a spin at P1, and you heard me, my reaction. I hate this track. I hate this corner. I actually hate P1. It's one of my worst corners on this game, as we re-overtake Stan in the background, and we were 2 seconds behind Southerner, and now it's down, and now it's up to nearly 10. So that is not good.
Nah, we could have been P10. We genuinely could have been P10. If not for a stupid spin. God damn it. we were going to be P10 on the road.
And then now you can hear me ranting about the situation because we're P12, Sem and Riggsy are ahead of us, and if we didn't lose those 7 seconds, we would have been P10. But as we go through Lacombe, we lose the back end, and we make another error. And that has probably just put the nail in the coffin in our hopes of getting a top 10. But instead of retiring, we're going to carry on. But there's only like, what, 6 laps to go. We might as well carry on. As we carry on to lap 17, SLR Bennett has spun round. We're up to P12. And 2 laps later, we cut to lap 19. And we are side by side with our former ARL teammate, Zydrad, who we were racing earlier in this race. When we're on the hard tyre, I can't even speak. I mean, it's absolutely boiling in my room, so forgive me for that. As Zydrad makes the same mistake again through the bus stop chicane, we're going to try and punish him with a switchback. It's a very nice switchback, considering I don't really try moves like this in league racing, so we're going to see if we can make it work. On the outside in the source, 3rd gear, make sure we leave racing room at all times, be a clean racer, and that's a very nice move. Up into P11.
That was a nice move to be fair. Probably the highlight of the race. He's going to come back at us. Father was going to come at us as well, but nothing.
So you heard me say it was probably the move of the race, but now we've got nothing to fight with as they both go right past us on the Kemmel straight as Zydrad goes off at Lacombe, and we're going to reclaim 12th place as they both had DRS. So we're down to P12. We've lost a position to Southerner, who is on the soft tyre. So he's looking to be very quick towards the end of the race, but he spins off.
Oh, see ya.
And my reaction again is absolutely priceless.
And I'm going to take P11 back.
What a brilliant reaction to that. We reclaim P11, and that's where we stay for the rest of the race as Ogwin wins the social race around Belgium. I'm telling you now, he ran 6-3 wins for this. So there's a lot to learn with setups on this game, and we went the wrong way with setup as we drift through the bus stop, and it's going to be P11 in a very, very painful race.
This was very painful.
And my reaction kind of sums up that race. It was painful. From Q1 to the checkered flag, we had no pace compared to the front runners, and especially this man, SLR Ogwin, who takes a victory in the social race. And I want to give a massive shout-outs to him because he messaged me on Discord saying he watched the stream back, and he said that, you've got really good pace. It was just the setup that was costing you 5-6 tenths a lap, and you shouldn't put pressure on yourself. And that was really reassuring from Ogwin because he is rapid, and I'm hoping he can fight for the championship this season because it's very competitive in the McKeown division. We do have the pace, but today it wasn't our day. We didn't have any pace from the start. It's P11. In hindsight, we were looking at maybe P9 if not for the 2 spins, but we're going to try and bounce back in Belgium. We're going to do a Division 1 race there on Wednesday. We'll tune in for that. As that's going to be the end of today's video, guys. Subscribe to the channel for more league racing content. I'm going to try my best to get faster. I promise. It will take a while, but the grind continues.